started.
Yeah.
It started by itself? Oh, no, yeah. Oh, yeah, yep, kind of good. Yeah. All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, I'm going to give all praise, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, HaKadosh.
The honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone who were well. Salutation and much love to you. Akim out there pushing out his word in true sincerity. And our brothers from GMS Atlanta here, and the brothers from Tampa. You know, we're just going to do a lesson, Lord's will is edifying to the hopeful elect, going on the beast. That old serpent, which is Esau, the devil. Okay, but go ahead, trace this a little bit. There you go. Yeah. You know, so hey, you know, because this is the devil that has to be revealed. Yeah. At the end of the day, that's how we know we in the final days, because the devil, the man of perdition, is being revealed.
That's right. I got a quick scripture. This is Genesis 3:1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord power had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, have God said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? So the title, the old serpent, is actually going into that wicked evil man that showed himself in the garden. Okay, that tempted Eve, which tempted Adam to go off and eat of that fruit, which that fruit that they ate of was not a literal fruit. Right. It was a philosophy. Okay, it was a way of life. It was sin. Okay, but the serpent is the one who led Eve into that temptation. So when the scriptures tell you in the book of Revelation about that old serpent is really going into that wicked man in the garden, which came back in the reincarnation as a nation of people, Esau, Edom. Okay, and now we see what wickedness have come under the reign of that old serpent. Okay, if you look at the earth today, all of this is a result of the old serpent leading Eve astray. That's why sin is in the earth at such a high rate. So the scripture says that old serpent, I'll read it again. This is Genesis 3:1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field. That word subtle means shrewd or slick, crafty. Okay, and that's Esau with his deception. You know, and he's working in the earth right now, like the elder brother I said. You know, the mystery of iniquity. Okay, that's being revealed in these latter times, which is who? The so-called white man.
Hey, the word there for serpent is ophis. It says a snake, a serpent. With the ancients, the serpent was an emblem of cunning and wisdom. Who's the cunning hunter? Esau, Edom. It says the serpent who deceived Eve was regarded by the Jews as the devil. It is a type of sly cunning, an artful, malicious person, especially Satan.
Yep. The adversary, Satan, malicious. Okay, that's the serpent. All right, that came back. Now, like I said, through reincarnation, that wicked man in the garden, it wasn't a literal serpent, it was an actual wicked man. And he came back in the reincarnation as who? Esau, Edom. Okay, was really he came back as Cain. Yep, I was a spirit. Really, he came back as Cain, and then later came back as Esau. Okay, and he working iniquity in the earth. That's why the scriptures is revealing. Yep, you got it.
I got the definition of cunning, just regular dictionary. It says having or showing skill and achieving one's end by deceit or evasion. Skill in achieving one's end by deceit.
Yep. And that's what the adjective to describe Esau, cunning. All right, because he searches out things, man. This nigga will hide in the bushes, camouflage, covered in deer piss.
Right.
You know, wait for 24 hours for a chance to kill an animal. You know, and he does this with you people. You know, he's cunning, especially with you Israelites, man. He's studied you. He knows what you like.
Yep.
You know, now he knows how to hunt you. You know, when you don't even know that you have a predator. You know, you're the prey. You don't even know that you're prey at this point because he's so cunning.
That's right. Well, I got a quick scripture for you. All right, it says, and after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold the heel of Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter. So that the scriptures describe Esau as a cunning hunter. Okay, and when you look at Esau in his, in his day-to-day life, Esau is always up for game, hunting. Okay, he liked to hunt deer, and bison. He pretty much wiped out all the bison here in America.
Yeah, but hey, you go to the store and buy bison meat.
Yep.
How the fuck where's all this bison meat coming from?
Exactly. But he's hunting. He hunt Jake.
Elephants.
Elephant hunting. He hunt Jake.
He got animals extinct because he just kills for fun.
Mm-hmm.
And put them on the wall. Put a big ass elephant head on the wall.
Yeah. Hey, and he's real crafty with his hunting.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the scripture says what? He's a cunning hunter. So even when you look at it on the grand scheme of things, he hunts the souls of men. He does it cunningly. All right, through what? Through his deception. If you look at all the different tactics and devices and witchcraft that Esau uses, is very cunning. That's why the scripture says the children of this world have become wiser than Daniel. Okay? So that's the old serpent that's working. The reason why a lot of people can't tell that he's the devil is because he's cunning. He's hid himself. Okay? As a devil would do. So he can work his iniquity. It was the same thing that was done in the garden, which is that old serpent, which came back. And that's why it's recorded of in the book of Revelations.
I got it.
Yep.
It's Revelation 20 in verse 1. It says, and I saw an angel, and by the way, the word serpent was from verse 2 that I pulled out. It says, and I saw an angel come down from heaven, having in the key of the bottomless pit, which is Europe, and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil. The
old serpent. Okay, we went into this yesterday down at the camp. So notice it says old serpent. All right, meaning this serpent was here in old times, in times past.
He's been around from the beginning.
He's been around. That's why it described it as such. And the book of Revelations deals with end time prophecy. So this is talking about that same serpent in the garden that will play a major role in end time biblical prophecy. Okay, that old serpent. This is not a new serpent. This is the same serpent that revitalized and came back and under the American Empire. Okay, that old serpent, the devil. Okay, the deceiver. Go ahead.
Which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years.
That's right. And the scripture said bound him 1,000 years, which that goes into the Dark Ages. Okay,
Byzantine Empire.
Yep, the Byzantine Empire when Jake was ruling and pretty much had Esau under their feet. Okay, that's why when you go back into the history around the time of the Byzantine Empire, you will see different pictures of Edomites bowing to Jake, looking like slaves and in a low, decrepit state because Jake was running Europe.
Yeah, around 300, 330 roughly. That's when Emperor Constantine moved the capital of the Roman Empire to Constantinople, which is modern day Istanbul, Turkey.
Yeah, that's right. Which it was called Byzantium too. Which the word Byzantine means backwards.
Right.
Okay, that's what that means. So there was a time period of 1,000 years where Esau was bound. It was pretty much under the helm of Jake. So it's talking about that same serpent, Esau.
Yeah, they lost all their strongholds that they had power over throughout even the Middle East. Because even with Petra, they pretty much even lost that stronghold.
Yeah, they were pushed out of there.
They was pushed out of there. I think the Arabs had that land for what they said, the Nabataeans.
Yeah.
Or some people say Nabateans.
Yeah.
Which if I'm mistaken, those might be Arabs. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Ishmael. So they lost pretty much all their strongholds. Like Jake was pretty much had, how they was wedged, between Jake. You had the Arabs. Had their portions, but Esau, either he was in subjection or he was pretty much cast into those caves, in the what you had the Caucasus Mountains. Caucasus Mountains, of course, Georgia, Russia area,
Which is where the Khazars come from.
Yeah, the Khazarian Empire. And that's why when the Khazarians came in power, they pretty much started to, they adopt Judaism. And I think it was Islam. They started kind of breaking up.
Yeah.
And they started going back to the Arabs. They had to find a new identity, so they used their neighboring kingdoms as they slithered back into power. And the main thing was Judaism. I forget the Khazarian's name.
Kagan Bullock.
Kagan, yeah.
And they took over Turkey.
Yeah.
That's what you call them damn gutter rats today. That's what they're Khazars. And converts. Okay.
Yeah, we tell these devils their true history, and they don't want to hear it. This is historical facts. You can look, and none of us learned about King Bullen or Kagan Bullen and That the Khazarian Empire. No, we didn't learn about the Khazars in history class, man. But through the spirit, you know, or really the Byzantine Empire. Esau taught us history, but he taught us
His story.
His story, exactly.
Yep.
Which again, this is all concocted in the last 100 years. You know, they went around the world, blew shit up, got rid of certain things, put UNESCO, I believe this is the acronym for the. They go around claiming, oh, this is a historical site and we have authority over it. And these are the places that they don't want you to go, or you got to pay and go in as a tourist. Yeah, that's because they want to manipulate the narrative of history. You know, all these bro, Africa used to have all these kingdoms run by Jake in Central and West Africa, and now you just think it's just a big desert out there.
Right. And then, no, that ain't how it went down. But see, that's the serpent. That's the serpent's deception at work. Like what we going into. And as a matter of fact, if I may bring out this quick point, when I read Genesis 3:1 at the top about the serpent being subtle, when you look down at the scriptures, the reference scriptures, guess what they got in there? Revelation 12:9 and Revelation 20. So I want to read 12:9 since Ash read Revelation 20. I'll read Revelation 12:9. It says, and the great dragon was cast out, the old serpent called the devil. Notice it don't just say serpent, the old serpent, like we was referencing earlier. So in the book of Genesis, it tells you that the same serpent in Genesis is the same serpent that's in Revelation. That's going to play a major role in end time prophecy. Okay, that devil. So is there an actual snake?
Exactly.
A big giant snake moving around the earth right now, deceiving people? Are we going to cast a big giant snake into outer darkness or some shit like that? No, it's talking about a nation of people. The Lord will identify certain nations by different animals. Okay, the Lord will call us worms. Okay, lions. You got the he'll call dogs. He called Edomites dogs. Okay, so a reference to Esau, the nation, is what? Is a serpent, because of his characteristics. He moves real shrewd and sly and crafty like a serpent. That's who the Lord is going to bound up and put in chains in the end time, in the last days. No, not the last days. The Lord's going to have his ass in captivity in the kingdom of heaven.
Also, with the serpent, a serpent's lifespan can't spring from Genesis all the way to Revelations. You know?
Right. Ooh, that's a good point.
How the hell did this Adam died, Eve died, all these nations, went in captivity and wars took place in that land of the Middle East, but the serpent sustained.
Yeah,
lived through all this.
The serpent has been around for the 12,000 some odd years. No, just talking about a nation of people. Okay, I'm gonna continue on. It says he was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. Because when you read up, it's going into the war in heaven between Michael and Satan, Satan's angel, the dragon. Okay, which that's going into what? Into the last time battle in the skies between the holy host of angels and Esau's Space Force and Air Force. Okay, the F-1s, different fighter jets that they got.
They call them the Navy's. They got a squadron called the Blue Angels.
See,
they're fighter jets.
Yeah, and they John the Revelator actually seen Satan going to war with the angel Michael.
Yep.
Okay, he's seen that. That's why he was describing it. So who is that talking about? How could a serpent fight in the air?
I was gonna say, see, that's why you got, these Christians don't use their brain, because they'll say, all right, Satan was cast out of heaven, so how was he cast out of heaven and then he's fighting in the heavens?
Right.
So he was kicked out of the heavens, showing that he didn't have no type of aerial lifting, and he fell to the heavens, but now he's fighting in the heavens? Why he didn't go back to the heavens prior?
That don't make sense. Yeah, and how can a snake fight in the heavens?
Right.
How can a snake that can't fly, okay, how can it fight in the sky?
It was a dragon, huh?
Dragons
can fly.
Yeah, exactly. But where's the dragon? Who's ever seen a dragon? This ain't Game of Thrones.
Right.
The dragons flying all over America. Let's talking about the nature of Esau Edom. Okay, it says, that was pretty much the point. That was the point.
I got
that scripture.
I got 3 stuff on. All right, this is Psalms 58 and 3. Matter of fact, I started 2. Verse 2. Yea, in heart ye work wickedness, ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. Yeah, that's talking about an actual man, through action. Because Satan, as these different churches like to, which they've been corrupted and pretty much bought and paid for and taught a false narrative or a false doctrine, to push this that Satan is in his own universe, so whatever the hell they say he's at, in the pits of the earth, with a pitchfork and flames surrounding him. And that's where you get cast.
Little Nicky.
Yeah, like some little Nicky shit. But then, like I said, going back to the point, the scriptures just said that he's gonna be fighting in the heavens. So how is he in the heavens? Then he's on earth, and then he's in the underworld too.
Right.
You got to make this I'm talking about with you Christians. You got to make this make sense, man. And that's why the Most High sets up prophets that actually rightly divide the word of truth, so to make a full understanding of this thing.
Right.
You was about to say?
Yeah, there's key details of how to identify him and who's his allies.
Mm-hmm.
And then guess what? What's the first account of the serpent? Him dealing with Eve. And who's dealing with the black woman today? Who's coming as Captain Save-A-Ho for the black woman? It's damn devil.
Yep. Exactly what it is. All right. So it says, I read that, yea, in the heart you work wickedness, which is his mind, which we went into that word cunning. And I had a little point on cunning. I didn't finish it. I had to run to the restroom, but it was, let's see, cunning implies a shrewd, often instinctive skill, because it's in him. It's not on him. It ain't like he just adopted the characteristics from other nations. That's the wicked. They are the harbingers of that evil seed. All their deeds it just comes out snaky. Like a snake. If a snake bites you, poison is gonna automatically be come out of his
Experience like that.
yeah. See.
Yeah, that's Psalms 58. I started 3. It says I'll read in the NIV. It says, even from birth the wicked go astray. From the womb they are wayward, spreading lies.
Ooh.
Their venom is like the venom of a snake.
Ooh.
So it's liking the wickedness to the venom to this. They're linking it to the wicked.
Mm-hmm.
It says like that of a cobra that has stopped its ears, that will not heed the tune of the charmer, however skillful the enchanter may be.
And that shows you that it's not talking about literally a snake, because he said like a cobra.
Exactly.
It's in comparison to a snake. He's comparing the characteristics of the wicked, which we know the wicked are being Esau, pursuing the Malachi 1 and 4. And also the book of Maccabees, where the first chapter pertaining to the Greeks. Now Esau says through America, or whether it's European history, they always say history started with the Greeks. Mm-hmm. And when the Greeks came in power, they pretty much went on a tirade and destroyed everything on earth.
Right.
And that world they was in rulership with through their 4 generals.
Yeah, and great wickedness came out of Greece.
Great wickedness came out of Greece, yeah.
It tells you that in the book of First Maccabees.
Mm-hmm.
It says a wicked root.
Mm-hmm.
All right, sprung forth. Out of who's that? Out of Antiochus. Antiochus Epiphanes.
And that's the abomination that maketh itself desolate, that was written in the book of Daniel. Now, of course, Yahweh shall reference that also to the Roman Empire, because they was pretty much, the Roman Empire was just really like a Greek empire.
It was the muscle.
I think even say the Greco-Roman.
The Greco-Roman, because it was the extension, and really those Roman gods, they got that whole layout from the Greeks.
Mm-hmm.
How their military expertise, where they advanced, they were more advanced than the Greeks, but nonetheless, the Romans ain't nothing more than the Greek. They were just called, they're Edomites that called themselves Roman, because the term Roman deals with Romulus and Remus,
which were Japhetic gods.
Mm-hmm.
Which is some bugged out story
Right.
too.
Yeah.
Talking about they got raised by wolves.
Wolves and shit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But this all goes back into the inception of the wicked root.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the beginning of Esau's history, it started with the Greeks, which the word Greek, when you go into it, it actually goes back to the word Javan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when you look into the word Javan in the scriptures in the book of Genesis, the 10th chapter, it'll tell you Greeks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now the Greeks, the original Greeks were the sons of Japhet. Okay, Javan. that lived in that land, landmass, because Greece and all those different lands up there, those are Japhetic lands. Gog, Magog, Greece, Turkey. All right, that's Gomer, Tobamar. Okay, these are all Japhetic lands. And what happened was Esau moved in those lands and pushed those Japhites out into the, into the Pacific Islands. Okay, certain islands, Crete. Okay, you got Japhet really, is all over the earth. The word Japhet in the Hebrew, it means enlarge. I think it's Yapath.
Yeah, not Yapah, but Yapah.
Right, and then it means to enlarge. And when you look at Japhetic areas, they really take up a whole bunch of Pacific islands. Okay, they're down in Australia. Okay, all the Pacific islands, Hawaii. Okay, those were the original Japhites. Now Esau took those lands over, and that's where the Greek Empire came out. So that a lot of people like to try to tie in Esau or the white man as Japhet, when really he's not Japhetic, because the white man has done too much in the earth for him to play the role of Japhet.
Yeah.
The wickedness that he's done has to be spoken about.
Japhet ain't a main character in this movie, man.
Yeah.
Right, like think about it. Who is doing all this evil in the earth?
Right.
Okay, it's Esau. So he would have to fit the description of the serpent that we reading about. The scriptures tell you, if not, then where and who is he?
Who's ruling the earth right now?
I don't know.
Well, you're a fucking idiot if you don't know.
America?
Yeah.
Who won America?
Exactly.
I got a quick one real quick. It's Ecclesiastes 12, and I'm gonna just get right to the point. Verse 13. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or such as come nigh wild beasts? So the brother just read the scriptures about Esau coming out the womb and being a liar. Okay, and his words is like venom, poison. Okay, well, guess what? At the same time, if you know the nature of this beast, why would you go playing with it? Okay, why would you go and try to provoke it or charm it? Okay, and then once you get bitten, you expect people to feel sorry for you. You expect, oh no, I can't. You're like, hey, bro, you shouldn't have been fucking with the snake.
Well, you think a lot of Jakes think they're witty enough to deal with this man on that higher level. He put us as a nation in captivity, the best of us. He was subdued, which we all know is by the hand of the Most High, but the Most High himself put this devil in power, man.
Well, remember when the Lord put the mark of Cain on him, he said not to touch him.
Don't touch him, yeah.
But hey, because he's gonna come, he's gonna be the one to bring vengeance upon him. So he had to build up all these crimes had to be stacked up against him from the beginning.
And even going back to Genesis, said that how's it written? Dealing it in terms of his I think music. He I forget how.
Yeah, you talking about one of Cain's sons?
Yeah, one of Cain's sons.
Yeah, it was. I get it.
Yeah, because they was throwing characteristics all throughout Genesis of how this devil would move, man. From the weapon, piercing instrument.
Yeah, two-ball cane.
Two-ball cane.
He was artificer.
Artificer, which that means to craft, because he's a very crafty individual. Which the main crafting that this devil uses in today's time is witchcraft. Which he puts it through, like you said, the media, the music, through television. Which that's a cunning way of deceiving, because you'll watch these shows, or you'll listen to music, or you'll listen to media, and a lot of Jakes really believe the bullshit that he's coming with, that he's pitching, thinking that all right, these politicians are actually coming with a solution when really they're being fed by the machine to use witchcraft without them even knowing, whether through their campaigns and their slogans and all these different things. We were just me and Ash was watching the other day. Black woman on, like we said, Eve, his henchman. She just breaking all kind of stuff down in politics, like she actually got some type of essence to rectify, But she don't know what the hell she's really talking about. She's just an educated dummy.
Right.
Yeah, she's just a pre-programmed
exactly
Muppet.
That's it.
I got it right here. It's Genesis 4:21. It says, and his brother's name was Jubal. He was the father of all such as handled the harp and organ. And what did King David use to take demons off of Saul? It was the harp. So if you, by default, if you can take demons off of people with the harp, then you can put demons on people with the harp. And it says in Zillah, she also bare Tubal Cain, an instructor of every artificer in brass and iron.
Yep.
And the sister of Tubal Cain was Naamah.
Yeah, because even with the term lyrical, you know, like Jacob had these debates of who lyrical and who's not lyrical. When you actually really look up the word lyrical, it means to play on a lyre, Lyre, which a lyre is pretty much a harp. So in order to be truly lyrical, you have to actually, like King David, he's a true lyricist or lyrical in terms because of playing on the harp. Now this devil knows how to play on the harp on the left hand side too. Because he's the one that's over these music, what's the word?
The label companies.
These companies, you know, with this really those rats, you know, and they push that through the frequency, you know, to keep Jake in that satanic hypnotism. Yeah. And they go through it. They're really in a hypnotic,
Trance.
Yeah, they're in a trance. You know, this word.
Yeah, hypnotized.
Yeah, hypnotized trance. You know, and they perform because what they say, art imitates life.
Yeah.
And music is a form of art. So if they could put that music, you know, which that's another cunning way amongst many. That's how we know you're the snake.
That's one.
You know, if he could put that music in the airways, then they could actually play in the minds of the masses, you know, to actually act upon that music.
Yep.
You know, and they said, you know, the saying goes, this devil starts off with the youth. He starts off with the children. He puts that poison in them early.
Yeah.
And then they pretty much get programmed. I think they say at like 3 or 4 years old. That's your personality.
Most impressionable time of growth.
Mm-hmm.
And notice Esau uses that poison to put you in a trance.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like when a snake venom gets into you, you go into a state of paralysis.
And
Okay.
how do you, if you get bit by a serpent, what is the remedy? More poison. You know, the antidote is more poison.
Mm-hmm.
But so what's the antidote for the wicked music? Good music.
Exactly.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's
Right.
the opposite.
Yeah, so Esau uses these things to put people in a trance and control them.
And guess what? We only the elect will know how to sing the right music.
That's right.
Sing the song, you know.
Hey, because the scriptures tell you that we sing in the same song now, which is what? Which is the scriptures, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So you got to understand the characteristics of a serpent in order to identify what man possesses those same characteristics. And it's the so-called white man. Japhet ain't did nothing to you.
Yeah.
I mean, on that level.
The white man's Japhet.
Yeah, come on, man. Well, he our number one enemy if he is.
Yeah.
You know, and
then-
where it goes. He still got to answer for the shit that he's doing.
Yeah, if the white man's Japhet, then that means we gotta wait on another kingdom for the Lord to come back.
Yeah.
Because Esau gotta be in rulership when the Lord comes back.
Yep.
Japhet don't hold too much weight in the scriptures, to be honest. You don't really read about Japhet actually putting in no.
Right. Japhet ain't putting no work in.
He ain't putting no heavy work on it.
Scriptures tell you, man, Esau accomplishes a diligent search.
Yeah.
This is I'm gonna keep reading. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Once more, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with the serpent, or any such as come nigh to wild beasts?
Mm-hmm.
So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him and his sins, who will pity?
Yeah.
For while he will abide with thee, but for a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. And look, he came to Eve in the garden, right? And what was he doing? He was beguiling her.
Yeah.
You go into the word beguile, it means to deceive.
And her first step, she shouldn't have listened to him from the jump.
Yep.
You have a term, even in boxing, they call it pretty much distance management. When you manage the distance so they don't close the gap and you'll be in punch range, you know, you make sure that you keep which that's defensive tactics. You got to make sure that and with this devil, you got to make sure you got to keep distance away from this devil. See,
Got to.
some Jakes try to close the gap and think that they can actually play this man. And when you get into strike range, it's pretty much over because
It's a wrap.
it's only a few animals, even in the kingdom of animals, that are swift enough to get out of the reach of a striking snake. Them joints move fast. King cobras. But there's so many different.
It's a lot of different type of snakes.
Different type-
It's like you got a lot of different type of devils.
A lot of
You
different
know,
types
so
of devils.
and that's why the scriptures tell you that you know, who will pity? You know, the one that so okay.
And they're,
once
so,
again,
real quick, they're designed to hide themselves by nature.
yeah.
The way the colors are and shit,
Yep.
they just hide naturally, and that's what the devil does. He hides himself
Mhm.
because he's what? He's a vagabond. He's a fugitive.
Yeah.
Yep. It says, for a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. An enemy speaketh what sweetly with his lips, but in his heart, he imagined of how to throw thee in the pit. And that's what the old serpent did in the Garden of Eden. Okay? He spoke sweet things. He spoke smooth things to Eve, but in his heart, really, he was trying to uproot Adam. Okay? He was challenging Adam's dominion. He envied Adam's authority. Okay? So that's why he went through Eve to try to uproot that authority. And he did what? He spoke sweetly. Oh, so did you, God told you not to eat of this tree because if you did eat, you'll realize you were God. And, just coming with some bugged out doctrine.
Good and evil, yeah.
But he was doing it in a cunning, like you mentioned earlier. He did it in a cunning way. He was real crafty. He was real shrewd. That's what, like I said, beguiled.
He dressed it up nicely. Yeah,
He dressed it
you ain't
up.
gonna die, man.
Yeah.
You women's rights, you
Yep.
you
That's
a
it.
bad bitch.
And when you look into that word beguile in the Hebrew, the Hebrew word is nashah, which that's where you get Nasser from. Okay, so that's the characteristic of Esau Edom. Okay, so that's why we put the warnings out there to Jake to stay away from this man, to abstain from his ways, to not adopt his customs and cultures. The scripture says, "Learn not the ways of the heathen."
That's why the whole reason we're in this position is because fucking listening to this devil.
Yeah.
Devil begins with the woman, which Jake, will go out his wits to please his woman. And again, that's like the elder said, that's the first thing Esau knew, or the serpent knew what to do, right? To get Adam, let me get his woman.
Exactly.
That's what they do to us now.
Yep.
They pretty much weaponized the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American woman against the man. Which is why, you see constant bickering between Jake men and women online. Okay? It's a constant bickering. It's a constant back and forth. Woman making emotional points, disrespecting the men, okay, downing them. You don't really see Chinese women downing Chinese men online. You don't see Chinese women saying that Chinese men ain't shit. You don't see Indian women online bickering. Well, what happens if you got that whole baby mama energy? Baby mamas only really apply to Jake. How many African baby mamas you seen? How many Ethiopian baby mamas you know about? How many
Saudi Arabian baby mamas.
Right. Saudi, just a whole culture.
Yeah.
You go to the Middle East and it's just a whole culture of baby mamas.
Bunch of baby mamas and degenerate children.
And then they're giving their men hell and got them on child support. Man, you see marriage. You see couples. You see a level of family structure.
And if they get out of order, there's beheadings.
Yeah. And at the same time, even if there are friction and disagreements between man and woman in these other nations, they keep it in-house. They don't broadcast their shit online.
Right.
So Esau used that cunning deception to weaponize women against men.
Mainly here in America.
And mainly Jake. It's mainly Jake. Because you even got that, that whole baby mama shit that go on in Europe.
Yeah.
But it be with Jake.
The beast nations.
The beast nations, you will see that whole curse happening wherever Jake is at in the world, because that's one of the characteristics of the devil. He used the woman. It's the old serpent. He used the same tricks.
Yeah, because they want to take our power away from us. They want to make sure that a man is pretty much like spiritually euthanized, so that you don't have any gain. Because with power is gain and gain is control, and he doesn't want you to have any type of control and actually gain certain strongholds. The first thing you're supposed to have dominance over is your household.
Yep.
There shouldn't be nobody that can invade your household and tell you if you're actually doing things that's lawful, putting things in order, even with your woman. Your woman not even supposed to have liberty to gather abroad or even run her fucking mouth. But the so-called white man has given through these different platforms, and these different stations, women rights and liberty to run their mouth online. That really should be illegal, but this devil has made things that's actually lawful unlawful, and made things unlawful lawful. That's why the scripture says in Isaiah the 29th chapter, which I can get, surely a turning of things upside down, which that's a form of deception. Making was good, evil good, and good evil. I'll go ahead and get it now, if I may. Isaiah 29, 16. I started 15, because still dealing with this devil. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord.
It said, woe unto them, meaning destruction. See, one thing about it, you have an inescapable destruction ahead of you. Yes, it may seem like you get away. Yes, it may seem like you're able to accomplish these different feats of evil and wickedness and not be held accountable. But guess what? There's looming in your future is woe, is destruction, and it's inescapable. When you read it in the Zondervan's Bible Dictionary, when you go into the definition of or Esau, it says he faces grave judgment and end time prophecy. So it says woe. It says woe to you. Go ahead.
Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel.
And what do they do to seek deep to hide their counsel? What you got the Council of 13. Okay, you got the Bohemian Grove. You got all kind of different summits and meetings that Esau has to pretty much push more deception and evil and witchcraft. Even when we deal with the New World Order, the New World Order is deep, is secret council. Okay, go ahead, bro.
And their works are in the dark, and they say, "Who seeth us?" Right,
and that's not the wisest thing to do is to work in the light. Because if you work in darkness, you make mistakes. The scriptures even tell you work while it's day. So if you working at night, why you're hiding something. Why you can't do this work in broad? Are we hiding anything? Are we working in darkness? We go to the highways and byways and do our work.
Yep.
We in broad daylight.
Scripture says, "Whatever the Most High shows you in secret, proclaim
on
on
the
the
rooftops." Yep. So we work in the day. We in front of everybody. The scripture says, "Thine eyes shall see thy prophets."
Yeah,
or thy teachers.
We're not hiding anything, because we're not guilty. If you're doing something in secret, it's because it's evil.
That's why
you're gonna be shunned.
That's why dragons they live in what's called layers, which is they it's like a underground cave.
And who else is dwells in the clefts of the rocks?
Esau, and that's where they work at.
Cavemen.
That's where they push they counsels and they craft in behind closed doors. Okay, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, even how they actually created some of their main enterprises to get things in motion. It was in a very sneaky, subtle way, like the Federal Reserve.
Yep.
Which that pretty much
Jekyll Island.
Jekyll Island.
Jekyll Island. So they went there and they had the good old boys round up and they had to, create concoct a plan. They've always concocting something.
Well, they did some fucking blood ritual. And Satan was there. They had a little chair for Satan.
Right. Probably had a nigga, to sacrifice.
Oh, yeah. A little baby nigga.
Little nigga, man.
Right.
To give an offering. And they got stuff rolling, man.
But they violated the baby. They drink his blood.
Blood.
This shit is real, man. This shit ain't fucking Hollywood film. This shit is real. What we talking about, man?
And they do it in secret.
It's like
no, I'm sorry, bro. And then when they come out and they present themselves to the public, they appear as if they've done nothing. They appear as if they ain't, full of baby's blood and adrenochrome. They be in front of the world on the podium. In 30 minutes to an hour before that, they was engaging in some extreme left-hand rituals. They didn't go out in front of everybody else like they wasn't just doing that shit an hour ago. That's witchcraft. That's deception. Go ahead, bro.
And they say, "Who seeth us? And who knoweth us?"
Go ahead.
Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay.
Yeah, so you have the old devil, the serpent. He has the mentality of who sees us. Nobody can catch us, because everything we doing, we doing it behind scenes. Nobody knows what's going on. But guess what? The mouth of the Lord is revealing you.
How are they hitting things to Esau?
We've never sat in your councils. We've never put our ear up to the door. Okay, and overheard, certain conversations. We ain't never seen, what the hell y'all do at the Bohemian Grove. So how is it that it's coming out if nobody has never really laid eyes on it or seen it? It's because the Lord is revealing it.
It's being revealed.
And also, he's putting the spirit on you devils to proclaim the stuff that you do. The scripture say you're gonna fall by your own tongue. Yeah. That's how it goes. Your tongue shall fall upon itself. So you got other whistleblower Edomites that really be, nigga be, dressed up in the diversionary tactics. And they go in and act like they're a part of the plan. They got hidden cameras and that's the Lord causing y'all to fall upon your own tongue.
Because snakes eat each other. You know, all snakes aren't loyal. Like if you put different snake types together, they ain't just gonna work in unison. Like I think like a king cobra, that's like a king snake. You watch certain videos. If a bigger snake can get the one up on a lesser snake, it's gonna eat them. You know, so these devils, even though they're all of one nation, it is different houses of Esau that still don't move in tandem with each other. Even with all nations, when the Most High created nations, he still had houses and things of that nature that weren't all in unification. You know, it's just a nation. It's just a populace of people. Even with lions, all lions don't f with each other. All of any animal type don't mess with each other. You know, so with these devils, they're not all really in one plan. They got different ways that they want to go about the motion and control. And they know that Esau, through the banking family, they want the biggest portions of the pie.
Yep.
You know, which they're showing it.
Because the end game is global control.
Global control. Yeah.
Yep.
That's why the Russians are objective. Slacking.
No, yeah, you got it.
I was gonna say that's why the Russians are objective with their approach about how America goes about it. Which that's the devil too.
Absolutely.
But they want to go about their control in a whole nother fashion and way of a roundabout way of dominance.
Yeah.
You know,
Just like during the time of the Greeks after Alexander died. It's the same shit happening again.
It was called the Diadochi.
Yep.
You know, it was basically the four kings. Okay, which was Ptolemy, Lysimachus, Seleucus, and Cassandra.
Yeah, they took out Antigonus.
Yeah, Antigonus. Yeah,
Got rid of him.
They got rid of him, and it was pretty much left between those four.
Yeah,
And they was in
then
a tangent. Yeah.
basically the Ptolemaic Empire and the Seleucid Empire pretty much dissolved Lysimachus and Cassandra. They pretty much amalgamated them.
Yeah, and they killed Alexander's
Son.
You know, and I don't think his wife. I think it was his wife.
Oh yeah, they killed. They got rid of him.
They got rid of. They was cleaning up because they wanted that throne. So showing you there's no loyalty amongst these devils. You know, here it is.
Yeah.
That was their leader.
Yeah. Well, like the saying goes, there's no honor among thieves.
No honor amongst thieves.
Yeah, they started hating. They were sick of Alexander, man. They were like, man, this motherfucker keep having us keep pushing. They're trying to, hey man, let's turn back. Oh, Alexander wanted to keep pushing. They're like, man, what the fuck?
Yep. Because even when you read the book, I believe it's in Daniel the 8th chapter, it said they pushed westward, I believe, or eastward. Yep. And they was pushing. They kept pushing that way to try to pretty much take over the Persian Empire.
Yeah, they got stalled though in the Himalayas. That's when the soldiers started getting disgruntled. Like, man, we've been gone for years. This nigga want to keep going. They're in the mountains and shit. They're like, oh man.
Yeah, man. So yeah, this good information that's coming out, but it all ties into the title. You know, anybody have anything else?
Yeah, I got 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. I'm gonna start at verse 3. Just get straight to the point. It says, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and the man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition."
Showing that he's hiding himself, because the word read means back, and a veil is a covering. You know, it tells you Isaiah 25:7, the covering cast amongst all nations. This devil not only hid his own nationality, but he hid everybody else's. Because in order to deceive, deception is a difficult thing. It's not easy. Truth is plain.
Yep. You gotta have a whole, and it took him hundreds of years to get to this point where he's at now, where everybody just believes anything that's on the TV. So he's mastered the witchcraft at this point, because he was loose a little season to deceive the nations once again. Let me read that in the NLT. It says, "Don't." 2 Thessalonians 2:3 says, "Don't be fooled by what they say, for that day will not come until there is a great rebellion against the Most High." And our people have rebelled against the Most High. The lost fell from the grace, or fell from their heritage, and even this whole world is rebelling against the Most High at this point through the ways of the devil. It says, "And the man of lawlessness is revealed, the one who brings destruction." Who's the one that brings destruction? The devil. Shit. Esau eat him.
He goes in these different nations, reconstructing it. Which the word destroy means to take away from structure. D is to take away, and destroy is destruction. Like the Arab nations, which they hate his ass, that's why they call those rats Big Satan. They call America Little Satan because of their actions. they want to go in these different lands and bring democracy, which that's nothing but that's just a fancy way of saying Satanism, man. Political Satanism, you know, freedom, you know, which really there is no such thing as true freedom.
It's an illusion.
That's the illusion. They do that so women can actually, you know, pretty much break down the kingdom through you know, free action, free range. That's what adultery, that's what sin, you know, deception, because a lot of cheating.
Lewdness.
Yeah, lewdness, you know, and then they have the ability to divorce and really take power, because that a lot of that those actions in law is really bullshit in itself, because the word cheat, when you look into it, women say men cheating. There's no such thing as a man cheating on a woman. The word cheat goes back to the word, I think it's skeet, which means property theft. Property can't own, when you, scripture says, he that begetteth a wife begetteth a possession. So when you actually get a wife, that's your possession. You can't cheat on your possession. You can commit adultery, but that's from the actual man. That's why you get judged from the man. Not that your woman can't judge you.
Yeah, it's a legal term. It says legal term for revision of property to the state when the owner dies without heirs.
Exactly. Yep. So they take these things through newspeak, which newspeak is a form of deception in itself.
Witchcraft.
That's right.
And it's witchcraft.
That old serpent.
That old serpent, yeah.
Ooh, it says to deceive, impose upon, trick.
Hey, the scripture speak about the wiles of the devil.
Wiles, yeah.
When you go into the wiles of the devil, the word means trickery. You see? So we pinpoint this, we using pinpoint laser accuracy to show you who that old serpent is.
Yeah. We're not asking, you know, maybe it is, maybe it ain't. No, we're telling you exactly who the serpent is.
Without a shadow of a doubt. Just like yesterday, can't get back at.
He's mad because he's being revealed.
Exactly. Yep.
So what do? They play the victim. You know, that's a part of his deception. Play the victim. You know, there's Cleaner to help you. You know? There's making bigotry out there. Fucking Cletus. Right. Keep it moving, man. Shit.
You got it. That was it?
Yeah, I'll read the verse 4. It says,
he close up.
In the NLT again, it says, he will exalt himself and defy everything that people call the Most High and every object of worship. That's everything GMO, right? Everything that the Most High created, he creates a synthetic version of it that destroys you. Like the brother said, deconstructs your body, literally. Everything that he gives you is to deconstruct your actual body, your DNA, your
molecular structure.
Wondering why heart disease is running rampant and cancer. It's because the shit this nigga's giving you.
That's right. And the vibrations too.
Especially the vibrations.
That's why people's minds are so bugged out. They got to take all these different drugs. And the pharmacy enterprise here in America is the biggest in the world because of all the poison that they put in the masses.
Yeah, we pretty much subject to electrical vibrations on a daily basis. You got Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
You know, you got all kind of different Bluetooth and fucking TVs and your phone. Everything is emits.
Some kind of radiation.
You got microwaves. So we pretty much down here being made subject to invisible forces and power that Esau is pushing through the black box.
That's it.
Which that black box that goes back to witchcraft, because witches used to work their craft out of black box. That's where you get black magic. And you notice all of Esau's devices that he uses is usually a black box. You know, you got Xbox. That's all witchcraft.
Same thing. PlayStation also.
Yep, PlayStation.
Black box.
So it's everything. All his witchcraft, he pushes them through black boxes. You got a TV, it's a black box. A phone, it's a black box. Microwave, black box.
Black box.
Okay, when you look at your Wi-Fi router, it's black box.
And that shit. I implore you, brothers, to unplug that shit at night and see how much better you're gonna sleep.
Man, you got it, bro.
It says he will even sit in the temple of the Most High, claiming that he himself is the Most High.
Oh, another thing, speakers, black box.
Yep.
Speakers,
and again, they're tuned to a certain frequency.
Yep.
Look it up. I'm telling you.
That's right, bro.
We're not just saying this for no reason, bro.
It's the truth.
Yeah.
Well, Esau deals. That's why we dealing with principalities and spiritual wickedness in high places, and how they do those things and emit those things is through vibrations.
Yeah.
Okay. Rituals. When they do these left hand rituals, they conjure up vibrations.
Yeah.
Spirits, and it's pushed into the world. It's invisible powers that you can't see.
Through his technology.
Through his technology.
Even the cloth that we wear,
Yep.
it's a reason why the scripture says don't mix fabrics. All these things in the law, the Lord ain't just saying stuff. I just feel like filling up the pages. Nah, the Lord was saying these things precisely because everything has a vibration to it. The Most High is a power of vibration. You know, so when he said and wrote certain things down, is to keep your vibration, even a dietary law, to keep your vibration at a certain level.
And even when the wall, what took the walls of Jericho down? Picking the axe? No, it was the 6 days of blowing trumpets, and they had to keep silent. Why? Because you speculate the Most High didn't want them to fuck with the frequency coming from the trumpets. But on the seventh day, then they all sung, and then they brought the wall down.
That's right.
What was that? Those were vibrations. they brought a wall down, man.
That's why the scripture speak about even the shout. You know, because the Most High, everything this devil does on the left, the Most High does on the right.
Exactly.
So this devil really knows, like scripture speak about how he's wise than the devil. Esau know all about the Most High, man. He's really into the Most High.
Yep.
You know, but he'll learn the Most High ways and spin the narrative.
Yep.
Yep.
You know, so when you come and actually try to get fed the ways of righteousness through him, he's gonna tell you it, but he's gonna spin it.
Yeah, because you have to know the truth in order to tell a lie.
Exactly.
So even when he beguiled Eve, the serpent beguiled Eve, the reason he was able to beguile Eve is because he knew what was already told to her. That's why he said, was it told for you not to eat the fruit?
Mm-hmm.
So he was already trying to, like you said, deconstruct the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that was already put in her through Adam. That's why he used that approach. You can't deceive nobody if you don't know how to approach them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because he would have been like, "What you talking about?"
Yeah.
No, I ain't never heard that.
I don't know nothing about that.
But he actually used what was told to her against her.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how the devil worked.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Okay.
why you saw when you pull your ass over, you said you had the right to remain silent. Anything you say will and can be used against you.
The court of law.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, man, that was it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So with that, we're gonna go ahead and close it up, giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Double honors once more to the apostles and elders of the great millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
So, shit don't want